challenged the measure. McCrory, who has blamed his election loss on the bill, pointing the finger at Democrats Wednesday, saying in a statement, quote, "This was at least the third time that pressure from the left sabotaged bipartisan good faith agreements for political purposes."
We're here on the Constitution.
Are you planning on voting no then against the repeal?
I plan on voting no on anything that's done here because it's all in the Constitution.
The bitter back and forth coming as each side accuses the other of playing politics and failing to live up to the terms of a reported deal to ensure the repeal of the contested bill.
An estimated $42,000 in taxpayer money was wasted yesterday because these lawmakers couldn't come to an agreement. The legislature is expected to stay closed until they reconvene next year, January 11th, but there is a strong possibility that HB 2 won't even be on the agenda. Democratic lawmakers telling me yesterday was the best chance they had at repealing the so-called backroom bill. Erica?
Nick Valencia for us in Raleigh this morning. Nick, thank you. Good morning, I'm Erica Hill, and today for Carol Costello. Thanks for being with us. Russia is blaming the U.S. for frosty relations between the two countries, telling CNN any dialogue between them is, quote, minimal. The Kremlin issuing this statement, quote, "We have no business-to-business contacts, no contacts with our parliament, no cultural contacts, no contacts between public organizations, and it is not our fault." The State Department, however, disputes that, saying there hasn't been a break in dialogue. CNN's Matthew Chance is following all this for us, joins us today from Moscow. So, Matthew, obviously the U.S. and Russia have disagreed on a number of different issues, but why this statement now?
Well, I think it came out of an interview that the press secretary for President Putin, Dmitry Peskov, did yesterday, in which he said we only have minimal contacts with the Kremlin, only have minimal contacts with the United States. The U.S. then pushed back. The Pentagon saying that's not true. Just a few hours ago, we spoke to the Russians about air safety inside Syria. The State Department pushed back as well, saying, look, there was a phone call on Tuesday night between U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and his Russian